Okay, YouTube. Today we're going to be reviewing, boom, The Fellowship of the Ring, the first book in the Lord of the Ring trilogy. First off, shout out to my aunt for letting me borrow this sick trilogy. It's like an older hard copy trilogy set, and whoa, it looks sick. Get the Eye of Sauron right here. Now, my history of the Lord of the Rings is I watched the movies like 15 years ago when I was a kid, so I do not remember them. Maybe just like small parts like, oh, there's a group, Legolas, Gandalf, whatnot. But I read The Hobbit in high school, and I watched the movie in high school. So, I remember, Bilbo gets the ring, and then, this starts with Bilbo passing it. This will be spoiler review. Holy spoils. So Bilbo passes the ring to Frodo, and that's the start of the quest, right? And what Tolkien does in 423 pages is kind of insane. You follow a perilous journey that is full of ups and downs, whether it be like harsh conditions of land or the enemy riding up on them. It keeps it very intense and keeps you wanting to read more. And then he builds hypes for locations like Rivendell and specifically Rivendell, because that's in the middle of the story and it like has payoff to just get to there. So again, it's gonna be spoils, but when we start off the journey, right, and Frodo gets the ring and Sam comes with him, Sam's a goat. You're expecting Gandalf to be there with him and start off, and I was like, wait, Gandalf doesn't start with them. But then they meet the elves and first they meet, I think it is the elves, and then they meet Aragorn or Strider, whatever you want to call him, and that was hype, like getting to see a ranger or whatever, then finding out he's a long lost king, heir of Isendel, or he's the one with the sword, right? I might butcher the names in here, but the names are a little weird. But yeah, like the hype Tolkien can do about just like building up locations, and then you have such payoffs. So like when they get to Rivendell, we finally get Gandalf back into the scene, and then surprise alert, freaking Bilbo is there just chilling. So I was like, dude, what Tolkien does, and that's only 200 pages, is just insane. You're following some perilous journey where, the landscapes are both beautiful and, some are desolate and, overrun with enemies of Mordor. But it's just like, it really blew me away. This is such an old book from my standards, and it has so much hype around it, and the hype is there for good reason. It's only 423 pages, and he makes you question lore about the olden days of Middle Earth. Specifically, I think my favorite part was, I'm gonna maybe butcher her name, but she's the elf of the stars. I think it's Elbereth. And they kind of use her name as like a saying now. But it was just cool. Like, now it got me questioning so much of the old Middle Earth days and how cool that would be. And plus, when you get to Rivendell, you're really questioning about what the heck the elves have to play into the whole story. And Elrond does not disappoint. The fact he's like part of the olden days, he's lived so long, is really cool, and he gives a lot of lore drops. I like how you find out about Aragorn and how he is the descendant of Isendel, and he has that broken sword. I forgot what he renamed it to, but it's like Anduin or something. It's sick that he gets that, and he has that forged at Rivendell when they go off. And yeah, like, let's get on to, I think, my favorite like part / location is when they go to Lorien, or just Lorien the land, and meet the other tribe of elves. And then you also meet another ring bearer of one of the three. She has the ring of adamant, and she is sick. She lets Sam and Frodo like peer into the future, and now it has me questioning about what Sam saw with Frodo, laying there and he's like searching about for something. I don't remember. Again, I saw the movies, but I don't remember. It's been 15 years, so it's like I'm super hyped to go into the next 2 books and see. I think this is the longer book of the 3, but it's just crazy what Tolkien does in 423 pages, like really crazy. You have action sequences, insane beautiful landscapes, harsh journeys like the mountain where they just have to turn back because it's snowing too hard. It's like it's not realistic, but it almost feels realistic in a fantasy story. Like it's really cool how he does that. Yeah, my favorite part was definitely when they meet the ring bearer and she's all wise and guiding Frodo, and Frodo like literally offers the ring of power to her, and she's all like, no, 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 this is your quest to bear, pretty much. And I like that. I like that. And I also like how real Frodo kind of seems, because like he's just laid upon this ginormous quest, and there's many times where he's like, man, I just wish I was back home. Like I wish this wasn't laid on me. And it feels more real than just being like having a main character that's like, oh, let's go, like let's go, I'm all good. But it's like so many real times he's like, I wish I was just back home. Like I wish this wasn't bared on me, but it is. And I like how other people remind him of that, and they keep going. So, oh yeah, let's talk about the ending. Boromir the rat. Like, what was he thinking? What was he thinking that he thought that the men of Numerese or whatever wouldn't be like persuaded by the ring and they could use the ring against Sauron? It's like everything that they have been advised not to do from like Gandalf and Elrond. He was like, you know what? Nah, like the men's hearts won't be swayed. Like we're pure of heart. It's like that very thinking is what would turn you into a Dark Lord, right? Because you would take the ring thinking, yeah, like no, I got this, but it would literally corrupt you because of that. So I was like, what is he thinking after all this time, jumping after Frodo like a rat? And I'm glad Frodo escaped him, but I was like, whatever. And I didn't expect that it's just Frodo and Sam at the end, sailing off into the land of Mordor. Like, what is going to happen? I don't remember that at all. Like, is the rest of the crew not going to come with him? Like, Legolas and Gimli? Like, and of course, yeah, we're just going to be spoilers, but like, Gandalf is no longer with us. And it's just like, what is going to happen? Because it's just Sam and Frodo. And yeah, how are they going to do this? So I'm very excited to read the next couple books. But let's go into my favorite quote. This was when I think they're having their last parting feast in Rivendell. It was on page 287. And it was, the future, good or ill, was not forgotten, but ceased to have any power over the present. Health and hope grew strong in them, and they were content with each good day as it came, taking pleasure in every meal and every word in song. So I think that was cool because it really shows that, you know, they have such a big quest ahead of them and so many things have already happened to them that it really is good to just be in the present and enjoy each other's company and fellowship with good people, for real. Enjoy the meal that you have right then and there. Enjoy the songs that are sang and just be in the present. And don't worry about, you know, the perils of the future quest to come and what has happened so far. Just be there in the present. And yeah, if Lorien wasn't my favorite like location, it would be Rivendell. So I think the elves kind of got it. I think I would like to go to one of the elves' land because they're so wise and cool. I think that's about it. Yeah, we're going 5 out of 5 with this book. Like, it's just crazy. It's only a 400-page book, but a lot is packed in. Now I want to read more about the olden days of Middle Earth and all that, and like what the lands were like back then, because they like mentioned that, like, you know, the lands have definitely changed again with rulers and different kings and stuff, and they're even saying like there's not that many like great kings of like even elves or men or wizards nowadays. So it's like he's hyping up the old days with so much lore about this cool quest that's happening right now. So it's like it really is insane that this book came out so long ago. But I'm hyped to get into the other books. Look out for a review for them. Let me know your thoughts on the first book in the comments below, because it blew me away. I get it's a popular book and everyone knows about Lord of the Rings, but it kind of holds true. I mean, like 5 out of 5 for sure. Insane read. Tolkien, what a guy. What a guy.